My silver cabriolet is back in the shop today. This is my quasi daily driver. I share my time between this and the Toyota Supra. I'm having some problems ever since I've had the car actually. I cannot lock it at all. From the inside, I can lock it with this knob right here. So now the door is locked and I can actually unlock it with the key and get in. That's fine, but if I go to lock it with the key, the passenger side will lock, but the driver's side will not. So to lock this car, I have to lock it from the inside and then climb out that door over there. The car prevents you from locking it when the door is open. So you can't lock it and then get out. So you don't lock your keys in your car. It's all electronic inside the door, so we gotta take it apart and investigate. It was just a couple weeks ago, we took apart that door. So I was fixing the power windows. This side, power windows are fine, but something wrong with the power locks. This side is missing the little cap on this top rail. So make a note, try to order those. This is the power mirror joystick there. Only thing different on this side. This door doesn't have the vapor barrier, and it's probably been subjected to more use being the driver's door. So I have the door card just sort of sitting up on the chair. I don't want to disconnect the power switches if I don't have to. I'm just trying to look at the lock system, and I've already found this, which is disconnected. This is a ball cup here, and it looks like it's completely just popped off and spinning freely. So that is the problem. Now we just need to figure out if we need to get a new ball cup or if it can just clip back on. It looks a little bit mangled. I think the window's probably been running into it because this is the window regulator right there. I'm just gonna roll the window up so we can see inside there. I also just noticed this fuzzy strip is just laying there. It's sort of attached only on that corner. So a little work to do here. I may end up taking the door card off because it looks like it needs a little more work. It's all individual pins onto the back of the switches. If you look real carefully, you can see where that ball would attach. I've reattached the ball, so let's see if it works now. That was it. That's unlock. And lock. So that works, and I'm going to try from the other side and see if the central locking works. I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah. So now it just becomes a matter of fixing it permanently, because if it fell off once, it could definitely fall off again. And then of course, while we're here, we can fix a few other things like all the dirt and grime down there. Also, this fuzzy strip is missing. And then the window channel back there is completely gone. There's nothing, it's just metal to glass. There's no cushion there. You know, it's nice to have a parts car. This is left over from the red car, and this is the ball cup that I need. It's attached to this actuator. This is the power door lock solenoid. So that's the push rod that's broken. This cup is probably from the passenger side. It's in a much better condition. So I think this is certainly reusable. I'll go ahead and replace that and lube it up correctly. And then also, you know, I have the entire window assembly from that car. So here's the channel. I thought about maybe taking that channel off, but when I look more carefully, this is the piece that is internal to the door right here. And this one also doesn't have a channel in it. So now my thinking is that there is like a bushing or something that goes up and down this channel with no weather stripping on it. So I'm gonna look at that one more time and confirm, but at the very least we can grease it. I didn't notice any rattling in the window or anything. And then these are some of the parts that I found from the other door. So I think this is the upper wiper, and then here's the, I think, an inner wiper. This one I think goes inside that seal right there. So anyways, I'm just gonna renew it with all the best parts that I have and be done with it. Okay, I've just finished greasing up all the moving parts inside the door, including the window regulator and that channel on the back. I confirmed that there is a nylon bushing or nylon block that goes up and down that channel. So I just put a lot of grease on it. I cleaned out the old grease, put some new grease in. That is as it should be. Only thing left to do now is to reattach this fuzzy strip. So I think I'm gonna do that from the outside. So this is the one end of the fuzzy strip that's still there. So I'm just gonna reach in now from the inside and try to snap it back in. It should snap in right there. See, this thing has those little plastic snaps. Actually, that might be easier to do when the window's down. Oh yeah, much easier to get access in there now. Okay, the whole strip is now kind of loose, but now I think I can see where it goes. A couple different pry tools here. We'll just try to snap it back in. There's one. It's black, so this is hard to see, but that's the strip, and then it kind of, when you close your door, and it just prevents the window from rattling, because this is the window right here, and it just keeps it firm between the pieces of rubber. So I think that's an important piece. Now that it's back on there, I feel better about it. Let me roll the window up a little bit so you can see how it holds it. So I think it keeps it from banging into the actual metal structure. This side back here is pretty secure. I'm not really in the mood right now to make a new vapor barrier. So, you know, these cars get babied for the most part, so I'm not gonna put that in. This door pocket is worse than the passenger side was. It's cracked all the way down. So when this closes, sometimes it doesn't sit on top. So that kind of drives me nuts. So I think I'm gonna try to bolster this up a little bit. This is the big washer that is supposed to hold it together, but these things typically break. Here's some scrap ABS that I used on Mac. I made some mud guards with it and some kind of frunk block out plates. It's probably 90 thousandths thick, so I am going to put it right here. I think I'm going to do one hole in the middle through the original screw and then 2 holes on the side, and hope for the best. It's better than nothing. I don't think gluing it's going to do a whole lot of good. I'll try some like heavy glue, but this piece is no longer flat, so the contact area is not that great. The only thing that might work on that is shoe goo. I feel like if the hole was just a little bit lower, it wouldn't break out the top of the hole. This cannot stand up too high or the door won't close. So it's got to go like right there. We'll try these guys with the big heads. This is what it looks like kind of before the glue. You know, that was visible before, the big washer. So now there's just the 2 extra screws there, which are sort of hidden. And when this closes, it fits better. So I'm gonna pull it out, glue it, and then screw it together one more time. This is literally for fixing your shoes. It's pretty much the same as weather strip adhesive. So it's pretty tough stuff. Obviously, it's supposed to last on your shoes. The shoe goo kind of, you know, blends the cracks in the plastic together. So it actually does not look that bad. Yeah. This connector will only go on one way. This will not go down when the door is open, but if I close it or fake it being closed, then this does work. Pretty ingenious. These clips will slide in the rail, so we just have to line them up one by one. Try not to bend it right here because it is fragile. It's just an aluminum strip painted black. Anybody know what this key is for? I can't seem to get the ignition key or door key into it, but I suspect it has something to do with the alarm, but I've never looked into it. I don't really know what that's for. I tried spraying some penetrating oil in it to try to get the key to go all the way in, but it's must be a different key. Everything's back together nice and tidy, so let's just do a final check and make sure all the electronics work. So there's one window. Passenger window's working. I can hit this button right here with the key and it is moving both locks. So that's right on, that's perfect. The mirrors are also moving. That one's got a little squeal to it, but it moves. Right here is the switch to go to left and right. It's kind of hidden. Well, that's it for the power door locks and how to fix this door pocket area. I don't know how permanent the door pocket area thing will be, but hopefully it's okay. As long as you don't yank on it, it should be fine. And also tidied up some other things that we found while we're in there. So that's it for now. The Toyota is doing fine. It also needs a lot of maintenance. It's not just the Porsche that breaks, the Toyota does break too. So it needs a little bit of work in the doors as well. So pretty soon we'll bring the Toyota in. It's been great driving these old classics. I really do like it. Cheers.